Everything positive in this world has an equal and opposite negative. And so, just like anything, emotion will build up if you don't process it. Or that's what my grandmother told me anyways, that if you don't process your emotions, they build up like a cup that you fill up. And eventually, it'll overflow. Now, me being a man in the 21st century, I have a lot of positive things in my life that most human beings did not. Refrigeration, beds, whatever else. But I'm also supposed to be tough. And it's like, looked down upon to show something like that, the emotion of weakness, I guess. And so I just don't cry usually ever, and I guess it builds up, and just today, for no reason, I just uncontrollably cried. And with it being something that so hard to share with other people, and a time that you don't want people to see you, I figured maybe it would help to let people know that when you're in your worst spot, or when you feel awful, or when some people just feel like they don't want to go on because no one else could understand. How could anyone feel where you are right now? Things are so bad. I want you to know that we're all made of the same stuff. We're all built of the same elements, and we feel the same things. We're like the closest thing to an exact copy of each other that is possible. We have a human experience, a shared experience, and we get it, and we're there. We're with you. Life isn't easy, and we're all working through it together. Everything, this whole universe, every molecule has an equal positive and negative, a battle of good and evil, and love and hate and sadness, and all, so all the greatness we have in this present day, for, like I said, from the refrigeration to beds to the internet that allows us to all finally have a collective consciousness, the massive leaps in positivity also have massive leaps in negativity that come along with them. So unfortunately, our culture doesn't like to look at the negative side of things. Therefore, it's hard for people to be prepared for them. Our culture doesn't talk about death, so death is very hard for people. We refuse to talk about anything that's taboo. Drugs, for instance, we make them illegal, so people end up having a real problem with them, because that's what happens when we try to ignore the negative, is they overflow. And then you end up like this. You end up just overflowing, and you don't want other things to overflow during times. I mean, sadness is whatever. It's hard enough to just start crying for no reason, but there's other things that if you don't process them and they overflow, it could be serious. There could be no coming back, and that's what I want you to know. We're all there in it together. That when you feel alone and like no one understands, we all share the experience of life. We're all one thing. I call it us, God, whatever, but you and me, we're the same. Much love to you.